Alright, let's group up our fleet. Maybe we won't head over to this city after all. But if we can find something to do with these cruisers, it would be good. Alright, so that floatstone quarry is done. What else do we want here? We could go and clear this nest, although it's going to take a long while to get over there. And we did want to look at what the favors do. That's a good point there. Alright, we have one favor with the Pan-Asian Cooperative. Let's see. We have spend favors, one favor. What will you give me for this? Some energy. That's favors apparently are not worth very much. Apparently we can get some science per turn out of this, but we need a cooperation agreement before we can get any of that. Strategic resources, I have plenty of that. I don't have any geothermal though. I don't need energy either. Alright, so favors, as far as I'm concerned, aren't really worth very much.
Desembucha. Más palabras vacías.
Yeah, seriously, they're worth about 60 energy. And why can I not modify this number? Okay, I can. Let's see, 65. Alright, so they're worth something around 65 energy. So favors, essentially useless. At least in a straight up deal. Maybe they can be used in some other context where they're worth a little more. Ooh, Suzanne Fielding has completed the transcendental equation. How are we doing tech-wise? I mean, we're starting to fill out quite a bit of this web here. I think we need to go and start focusing on the Harmony Wind before things get out of control. So, we'll pick up field theory, and then we'll switch over to purely techs that get us Harmony affinity points, and we'll go and build the, what's that called? The Mind Stem in all of our cities. And the North American release is happening in 2 minutes. Some hype in the chat. I hope you guys are excited. I wonder what percentage of you have pre-ordered Beyond Earth, and oh, did we just get attacked by the friendly aliens? That was uncharacteristic. Oh, that wasn't us, that was one of Brazilia's ships. Alright, well, we can go say hello. And someone somewhere is losing health to miasma. Alright, so that'll do. What does our military look like at the moment? Military overview. We have 4 cruisers, 3 explorers, one of which is constructing an expedition. One's fortified, the other is in transit. We have 1 artillery, 5 attack jets, 1 marine, 3 xenoswarms, 2 trade convoys, and quite a large number of trade vessels, one of which is asleep. That shouldn't be happening. Which of my trade vessels is currently asleep and where is he? Trade, right, so we want to get over there. I guess we missed out on a trade route for a few turns there. Alright, we can go and actually buy another trade ship. Trade vessel. Alright, and let's start extracting this expedition. So, as for the knowledge virtues, we're going to totally bypass field research. The 30 science boost is probably more of an early game thing. Laboratory research, and then cohesive values. Or extra culture equal to 30% of positive health. We're never going to have that much excess positive health. So we'll go down the left side. Networked data links. Minus 40% science penalty from number of cities. That sounds pretty useful. Community medicine. Minus 40% culture penalty from cities. Well, I don't expect the science and culture penalty to be too high at 5 cities. Alright, all you guys in Region 3. Don't freak out, at least for me. It took a little while for the game to install and unpack, but have fun.
We discarded the booster rockets which got us off Earth. Why shouldn't we discard some of those Earth genes, now that better ones are available?
Alright, so 18 affinity towards harmony. That gets us up to level 6.
Rockets which got us off Earth.
Yes, yes, yes. Booster rockets. Alright, Leadfoot Soldier quest complete. Quest log. Completed there. We've built the Xeno Sanctuary. We still need to build a quarry somewhere. We might have to settle a city just to satisfy that. And we do have a good stockpile of energy, so we could definitely accelerate that city out. We'll want it somewhere on the coast. Maybe over by all this Feraxite. Let's turn the yields back on. All that Feraxite does mean good science. And we do have some decent food here. We've got algae, we've got tubers, another bit of xenomass, 9 xenomass. Alright, so, oh, and there's also a resource pod. Alright, so, let's see, if we settled right here, we'd have 2 Feraxite, 2 tubers, xenomass, and 2 algae. Alright, let's do that. We'll pump out a unit and go settle right here. Oh, but the other reason we wanted to settle, not just for the science, was so that we could put a quarry down somewhere. Let's see, Silica needs a mine, Reslin needs a paddock, Tubers need a plantation. I want to go somewhere where I can build a quarry and satisfy that quest. Basalt, right here. We could settle the island, has 1 source of Feraxite. We've got some fruit, crashed satellite. There's some coral, which gives science. Not nearly as exciting. Plus, everyone, well, except for the crashed satellite location. If we settled on the crashed satellite location, grid would have algae, petrol. This algae would be out of reach. We would have the coral. Reslin, which is also good for science. We could settle here. That's not nearly as exciting as this spot with the 10 Feraxite, 9 Feraxite, only 7 Feraxite on this little island. We could settle a little island, though. I guess I would like to find out what that quest gives us. Our soldier is upgrading to a marine. Or, we're unlocking the first harmony unit here. It's a brawler. Selecting a perk, we can either get plus 40% when not next to a friendly unit, or 20 HP damage to adjacent enemy unit on death. Huh, a little suicide bomb kind of thing. Well, I'd rather if my units didn't die, so a 40% boost when not adjacent to friendly units, that seems like it would happen fairly often. Let's go grab that. And a perk on our attack jet. We can make a needle jet with either 30% when intercepting or 15% against land and sea units. How many air units does Ark have? They've got a single attack jet, likewise here, so, well, one needle jet. But that means we can probably get the bonuses for or versus land rather than intercepting. And production here. If we are serious about this victory condition, let's go Mind Stem. And a quest decision. Familiar exotics. The outbreak has been contained, though barely. Due to an increased photosynthetic rate, the plant grows much faster in this alien environment. It's possible we could license the use of this new trait in our industrial sector, but doing so would risk another outbreak in the future. So if we eradicate the species, we get a bunch of culture. If we license it, we get a bunch of food population and production. Licensing sounds better here. I think we have a whole... Well, when's our next virtue? 7 turns. Alright, let's get a boost to everything else then.
It is inevitable that we will become part of this new world, because you cannot participate in a system without being complicit in it. Embrace your complicity and move to acceptance.
Alright, so we do get up to level 7 on Harmony, that's pretty good. Another population in the capital, extra food and production there too, awesome. A one-time gain, not bad.
It is inevitable that we will become...
Yes. Alright, Disco Waffles is noticing the AMD mantle option. If you have an AMD card that has mantle enabled, I guess some of the graphics are optimized for mantle. It allows for something fancy with the graphics card. I don't have an AMD card. I am thinking about upgrading my card, so if anyone feels like donating to my channel, that's what the current donation fund goes to. Upgrade available. Wow, we've got a whole ton of upgrades. So our brawler is up to a striker then, and we can get either 25 hit point heal after killing an enemy unit, or 30% attacking fortified. The healing after dealing damage sounds super useful. We may as well test that out, see if it's any good. And that quest is done. A unit needs orders. Trade vessel. Freeland. Sure, we can get a production boost in the capital. And I think we have space for this last trade vessel. Okay. Another large production boost, this time in a spec. A spec does want more science, so I'm happy to support that. Otherwise, we could go for the 11 science off of trading with liqueur. Let's go with the internal science because I want to get those mind stems online. Or internal production, rather. Alright, let's group up these cruisers. We're probably scaring the little outpost here. Ooh, that derelict settlement got us 312 culture. Awesome. Alright, let's read the flavor text here. The derelict settlement, no survivors. By the way, I think the derelict settlement in question is Camp Cascade, that we're the reason that settlement is derelict. But we did find records from the last desperate days of the failed settlement. The psychohistorical analysis of their struggles has provided your people with insight into how to avoid mistakes. The mistakes they made, i.e., making this other camp, Jin Soku Labs, jealous of them, thus giving us a quest to go and crush them. Well, that's entertaining. A whole bunch of culture there gets us our next virtue in 3 turns. And this worker wants to put down a well over here. If we want to do that, though, we'll probably add to queue. We're working on the Xeno Sanctuary. We want the Mind Stem, but we also like Fence, and then Mind Stem. In fact, how much is the ultrasonic fence going to cost me? 460. Sure, let's do that, and then we can go and put in a Xeno mass well over on this camp. And wow, who knew a game of Civilization could go for so long? We've been streaming for 10.5 hours now. There were some breaks in there, so maybe 10 hours of play. Part of it is the fact that we have combat animations and movement animations on. If we didn't have that, we could probably play at a little faster clip. And you know, we're learning, we're playing nice and slowly, taking your time with things, but still. 10 hours, it's a long Civ game. I guess 10 to 12 hours is standard for a standard game, depending on what type of victory you're going for. Alright, this explorer can go and pick up another module. Let's see, over this way is just 3 turns. And yeah, more of this empty space is getting settled. We could easily plop down 2 cities here. I think maybe we should. We do have the energy to buy out some of the critical buildings that we would need, although it would upset the bonus we're getting off of being healthy. And that bonus is getting us almost 30 science per turn. Alright, so field 3 is done in 7. And over here we've got a worker who is heading over to set up a Xenomass well. Alright, so those Arc Explorers are taking some damage from the miasma, and we are nowhere near finished the game.
I have important information for you.
Alright, so we failed the tech steal, which is unfortunate. We could try to steal again, or reassign. Whereas experience silvers we're gonna get, let's try for another tech steal. We don't need to recruit any defectors, I think. We'll try for another tech steal. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. We've got the fruit online. What's the yield on an improved fruit? Just 4. Alright, that's really not very exciting. Over on the miasma. A generator or an academy. Plus 3 science. Costs 2 energy and maintenance. That'll be fine. Let's get to work on an academy. And where are we going with our cruiser fleet here? Just a bit of exploration. And this trade vessel. Alright, more internal production so we can build those mind stems. So over to Freeland. And over here, if we do still have good science yields, we'll keep on going with that. So 11 by trading with our good friends from the Slavic Federation, or Amparo. Very similar yields. Alright, but if we do want to get those mind stems online, we'll take a break from maximum science pushing and instead push food and production. Yeah, Uzbek does need to grow here. I do want more science out of that, especially since we can get the 10% Firaxite requiring science boosting building there. That is the building that gives us plus 10% science in the city and requires Firaxite. Alright, and we've got aliens beating up some neutral or some units from other factions. And it looks like with the 2 ultrasonic fences, we've pushed the aliens over towards Jingosu Labs. And I don't believe Ark is friendly with the aliens, so those units will go and deal with this little force that they have sitting here for whatever reason. Alright, we can develop a virtue. If I want to keep on going down knowledge, this gives us a boost per population. Every 4 population gets us 1 more science, and that's further enhanced by any buildings we might have. Although I don't really have a lot of science enhancing buildings, we definitely need to build some of those. The other option is to get the culture booster. Let's go for the science boost. Let's see how much that'll add first though. We're at 293. We have 10 population here, 15, 7, 10, 8. Alright, it'll give us a nice boost. Up to 309 culture per turn, or science per turn rather. And this trade convoy. Previous route was with Aspek. 9 production and 1 food versus 8 and 3 food with Sarek. I think I want to keep on growing this city down here, so we'll probably trade with them. Yep, let's do that. And the aliens are attacking KP, which is surprising because I'm pretty sure she's going Harmony as well. And no, we're not going anywhere in particular with those cruisers. I'm just not worried about any surprise attacks from the AI, so may as well explore as a bunch, just in case there is something that we want to be attacking. And this worker, we've got a satellite done. Let's go and build out an academy. Alright, we cleared an alien nest. We got 25 energy from that. And we can start work on a xenomass well. Explorer, it's got his new module. Let's get over here. 13 turns, that's quite the journey. Okay, Suzanne Fielding. She's wanting to know if we want to join her in a war against the African coalition. On the one hand, they are leading, so I would like to trim them back a little. On the other hand, we don't really have that large of an army anymore, and I want to get those mine stems online. So that's going to use up a bunch of our production for probably 10, 15 or more turns. And I don't want Loray's army coming and raising our sea trade routes. So right now we don't have any interest in that, but if you want to start a war, I'm totally happy with that. Baratheon asks if Beyond Earth is worth the buy. I've had a good 10 hours of fun with this game so far, and I expect to have many more hours, but Civilization 5 is my favorite, if not one of my favorite, if not my very favorite game. So with this game being very similar, adding a few new twists, it was an auto-buy for me. But whether it's an auto-buy for you is a question you'll have to answer for yourself. Alright, so this is purely external. Our highest science values are 11 with Barre. Or no, that's actually our old friend here. How is he maintaining such good science on his little crafty cities? And it's good dust as well. Alright, 13 dust, 11 science. Keep that going. And we can get another academy down. We may as well put one over by what we're planning to make our super science city. And has this floatstone been equipped or harvested yet? No, let's get over to that. $11 science here or here. This is 13 energy versus 13 energy, 12 energy. Alright, let's go and trade with Emparo then. And we do have a covert op that completed. Let's see, we stole 775 science. And let's see if we can steal a technology. Alright, Timmerman, I'm glad your game has installed, and definitely enjoy the game. All of you who now have your versions of Beyond Earth installed and ready to run, I hope you enjoy your first playthrough, and I hope you enjoyed your time in my stream. Alright, so another trade vessel to reassign. More production for both those cities, yes please. And a whole army of alien krakens spread all across the map. Okay, 12 science from Mandira. Keep that going. No, I'm not gonna do a multiplayer game after this. There's no way I'm gonna do a 20-hour insane stream marathon. I will do some more streaming tomorrow. Since we have been live for almost 11 hours now, we'll probably wrap this up in the next half hour to an hour or so. We'll see how far we get. And if we get a mass exodus as people have their own copies of Beyond Earth to play with. But yeah, we'll definitely get some multiplayer in the next week or so. We'll definitely finish off this playthrough if I don't finish it off tonight, and given that we're only at turn 173, and I have no idea exactly what the Transcendence victory entails, we probably still have a ways to go. But I will go and export this over to YouTube, and we will finish the episode on stream as well. Just maybe not all in one session. Alright, we've discovered New Babylon.
This is demonstrated by taking any set of arbitrary dimensional fields and describing them axiomatically. The proof is trivial and left to the student.
Alright, I didn't exactly follow that, but we've researched field theory. A new field reactor gets a nice boost to energy there. It doesn't require any special affinities. This requires level 8 purity, so no science boost there unfortunately, but we can build the quantum computer, which does get us a free technology, and we'll have to keep our eye out for which key technology it is we want to unlock. Station discovered, we can get some culture by trading with them. And Elodie has declared war on Brasilia, so Franco-Iberia and Brasilia are now at war. Let's have a quick look at that. So these guys are at war. The combat strength values on these cities are still very low, at least compared to what you'd expect for Civ 5. So I don't know if that means that these guys haven't... Well, there are fewer improvements that boost city combat strength, for one. Alright, so Freeland can build a quantum computer. That does get us a free technology. We can also go grab a field reactor, that's much more reasonable. And now, how am I going to boost our science even further? And what's our next tech path going to be? What we want, alright, first of all, exotic matter gets us harmony and provides a free feed site hub, the Ansible. That would be, I assume, a reference to Ender's Game, or the Ender's Game series. Or maybe it's something much broader in science fiction, but 1500 production is pretty hefty. But a free feed site hub, what does that do for us? Feed site. This gets us +3 culture and +1 science per trade route. That would be quite the sizable boost. Alright, so we could go exotic matter next, and that does fit into our harmony plan. Markov Eclipse. I don't think I really want that at the moment. +2 science, +4 culture. Swarm intelligence. Well. The Institute is fairly cheap and gives 3 scientist specialist slots, so if we could grow our population a little more, we could just employ a bunch of specialists there. And then we've got tissue engineering for healing for all units. Alright, so I don't see something that will get us a lot of easy science. There is this Stellar Codex, +3 science, +10% production on orbital units. Alright, well, that's something cheap and easy to build. And let's cancel out exotic matter. Alright, what are we currently researching? Alien hybridization, which is somewhere over here. We're working on that right now. Cognition, transgenics. Alright, let's get ballistics a little sooner then. So, no filter. We'll finish off alien hybridization. We'll grab ballistics, we'll go into exotic matter, and then we'll pick up all of the harmony techs that we can possibly get our hands on. So, alien domestication requires level 7 harmony, which we do have, so let's go grab that in case we need to get our military rolling. And then stuff from the more inner ring first, probably, since we can research that faster. Ah, the solar collector. Alright, forget alien domestication as number 3. And cancel exotic matter as well. Let's get photosynthesis. And then we'll replan from there. Pick up all of the cheaper harmony stuff. That seems fine. Although that does require us grabbing bionics first, which does get us the Institute for more science. Alright, so that'll be a fine tech path for now. Our expedition finished unearthing or studying the crashed satellites, and we get 80 production for Freeland. Not bad. And yes, let's get this floatstone hooked up. Alright, new production here. We could build a quantum computer. That would take us a very long time. Adds 1 point to transcendence victory per turn. So the Xeno Sanctuary and the Mind Stem. And over here, Xeno Sanctuary, yes, definitely. And where is this total? These points that are going towards a transcendence victory. Can I see where that's accumulating? No. Alright, so we're here now. We've dug that up. This guy can now go home and get a new expedition pod. And we finished another Terrascape. Awesome. Still plenty of slots for people to be working. We're working all the scientist slots too. And do I want another Terrascape, or should we throw up an academy? Let's go work on an academy. And as for the yield that that tile would give us, yeah, it would also provide enough food. So the academies are actually superior to working the scientist specialist slots. Let's see, do I have something else that I'd rather be working here? We can go and improve the fruit there. Let's go and buy out a worker. Alright, we've noticed that you've been hunting for salvage near our territory. We meant no offense. That's probably the last artifacts that we can grab. It's true. We're very low on food, and that's a big part of that is because we decided to build generators instead of farms. I liked that the generators gave us 2 energy rather than just the 1 food on the farm, but we do need to grow this capital a little more. Let's see, how does our capital compare to the AI capitals? We're at 16 compared to 19, compared to 16, 16 and 17. Alright, so our capital size is on par with the AI. So I don't feel like I've fallen behind there. And it's all thanks to many, very many naval trade routes. And I really should spend this gold on something. I'm not sure if I want to drop an expansion and then build out all the necessary buildings there, or buy them out rather. And as for our food, we can turn the yields back on. So this is our current food yield. We don't have any really good food tiles. I'm going to go and put something on the fruit that will help with the food, but overall this really explains why our growth is so slow. All of our growth is coming from trade routes. Brasilia lost its capital. That's not terribly surprising. Does Brasilia still have more cities? Perhaps tucked away somewhere in here? And let's see what that did to the score. Alright, we're 4th. Elodie is a little higher now. So our food. On the per city screen, this is the food that we're making per turn. And we have a base of 26, so we still have a lot of food coming in. we have 26 coming in from, or 28 coming in from trade routes. So were it not for the trade routes, we would actually be starving, which means I have to be very careful about declaring war on anyone with any sort of navy. And so we can go and scroll through all of our cities and see what the food looks like there. The food values in most of our other cities are actually really low. Most of the trade routes do converge on free land here. We can also go and look at the economic overview and get the summary of food here. So overall, food's pretty low. Getting some food boosting buildings or techs probably be a good idea. The textile failed. Our agent was detected. Brasilia recovered their capital and lost their capital. Interesting. Alright, let's explore this little northern region here. It is separated off from the other side of the world by some ice. Alright, and our trade vessel. More internal food. Let's see. This gets us the most food. We can grow Jimboomba a little more. Let's do that. And are we maxed out on all of our trade routes? We need, or we could, support one more trade route here. Go buy a trade convoy. I guess we must have finished the auto plant fairly recently. And if our agent was caught, she should probably move somewhere. Or do something a little easier, like maybe stealing just plain science. Alright, another academy then. Trade vessel. Our prior route was doesn't appear to be listed here. Oh, previous route here. Alright. 12 science, 16 energy, we'll keep that going. Yes, I totally agree there, Thomas, KC. Especially with this color set, miasma is really hard to see. Poor Brasilia, their capital is getting completely trashed here. Ooh, a nice little aircraft carrier. Alright, so this trade vessel. We want to send production here, that would be fine. Our previous route was, right. The culture from Church of Dawn's Light. Want to keep that going. And let's get a plantation up. Some more food. Trade vessel. Our last route was with Kenocho. Kenekno. Well, 11 science isn't bad. It's as good as we can get, so the highest energy is 12, and let's do it with the underdog. That is trade with the Slavic Federation here. Do I want more culture from New Babylon? Or trade with Freeland? Definitely trade with Freeland there. Alright, trade. We can go resume that trade route with the capital. We finished an academy. Let's put down another academy then. And let's make sure we're actually working these academies. Alright, lock that down. $15 energy and 13 science. Trading with the KP capital. Trade convoy. Alright, so I think we're going to go and end the stream after this turn. I think my ability to provide insightful and entertaining commentary is slowly dwindling over the length of this live stream, but we will be back and we will finish out this Let's Play. If you have some particular times you'd like to see me return, feel free to add them into the chat. And don't forget that I do have a YouTube channel, so if you go and subscribe to me there, you'll be able to catch the end of this, my first playthrough of Beyond Earth on Apollo, even if you don't catch the live stream. So yes, please follow, subscribe, and all the rest, and we will just play out the rest of this turn. So, trade convoy. Let's see now. Our last route. This is the convoy that we just purchased. So, let's see. I want more food. We can... Which of these cities needs growth the most? Uzpek is really small, but it's already receiving a trade route from Rangi. So, let's see. Sarek could use some extra food. Let's go there. Alright, we'll do one more turn, but we probably will just wrap this up. You can see I just tripped over some very simple words there. Kava has completed the Zeitgeist. Alright, let's go find out what the Zeitgeist is.
Torgowlia opiera się nie na potrzebach, a na sprawiedliwości.
The Zeitgeist. Minus 15% culture cost for virtues, and plus 4 culture and plus 4 or plus 2 science. Not bad. Alright, so... Well, Kazlov has a nice new suit, and he's back wanting some xenomass. I don't think so, my friend. Perhaps we're sorry that this has come between us, but really you should get over it.
To achieve comprehension, you must yield to assimilation. None survive without wounds. None go forward uncompromised.
Cool. So we got the point in harmony there, and healing in miasma. So if we fight, if there's a lot of miasma around, or if we set up a miasma generating satellite, the miasma condenser, that could be a nice advantage for us. And
The
another
day is
point
coming when the Anthropocene
into our
Advent will be
affinity.
viewed as the inflection point for a new rate of evolution on this planet.
Alright, so we can upgrade some of these units, choose some production. Freeland has just finished that, what did we just finish here? Something science related, I believe, or was it the 2 Transcendence Victory point gaining or adding buildings? Anyways, we can go for the quantum computer, but I don't want to start that until I figure out exactly which tech I'm going to need for this victory. So in the meantime, well, we could put some work into the quantum computer, or we could just slide the hammers directly into research. We'll do that for a couple turns until when we come back, we'll come back with some fresh eyes and figure out exactly what it is we want to do. I do want to see this city there. We'll head down there to check that out. And that's all fine. We've explored most of these ice caps. There doesn't seem to be anything exciting going on at the poles. One of our agents failed to steal any science. That's really too bad. We should, I guess we need to move our agents somewhere new. Let's see, from Liqueur to perhaps Prosperity has a population that's almost as large. Let's reassign here to, if not Prosperity, then maybe Citadella. I wonder what determines which cities appear on our little list here. We could go to the Daily or Beirut. Well, it's a really small city. We probably wouldn't steal anything successfully from there. Alright. No, we can't stick anything into Prosperity. Alright, let's check out Magan. And we have a bunch of unit upgrades. Okay, so this is, I guess, a fairly exciting thing to end off today's live stream on. Our new unit upgrades. We've got the Viper. Select perk. We can either have 40% when not next to a friendly unit, or pillage at no movement cost and gives 20 HP when not embarked. Huh. Free pillaging. I'm not sure if I understand the second part correctly. Plus 20 HP. How much HP do we get from normal pillaging? Well, that still does sound pretty good. If we do attack, there will be a lot of opportunity for pillaging, but a 40% combat bonus is pretty considerable as well. But just having your units die would be bad, so the pillaging is pretty important. Let's try out the pillaging. We already took the units on their own get additional damage bonus on one of our other units, so we'll test this one out. And we also have a Centaur. This guy is a ranged unit. Bonus movement or bonus when defending against ranged. We have a range strength of 20. Movement. Can we get more details on that? What is our ranged distance? Is it 2 tiles or 3? If it's 2 tiles, then we probably want the range attack defense bonus. Alright, so we have a whole bunch of new units. Did that auto upgrade any of the units we already have, or is that just new stuff we need to build out? So Rangi has a Centaur, awesome, and We've got a brawler here. Alright, so all those guys auto-updated. Cool. Alright, so that's where we'll wrap things up for today. Thank you all for joining my stream, and I hope to see you again on some of my future Beyond Earth streams or for some of my other games. You guys have been great, and if you have Beyond Earth installed and are playing, best of luck with your games, or best of luck with your future games if you don't have time to get those started now. And if you aren't planning to get Beyond Earth, I hope you enjoyed the stream nonetheless, and hope to see you again. Alright, that's it for me. Primeval, signing off.